Handsum Gambler, one goal, clean sweep, going 5 for 5 every UFC card. I am the Handsum Gambler. Thanks, folks. Welcome back to another episode. This week, we are back in the UFC Meta Apex for Fight Night 267. Chris Duncan, Money Moicano. Not the greatest card this week. I'm not happy about it. Sorry for the late show because I was thinking I wasn't going to do one, but I changed my mind last minute. The show must go on. Before we get into this week's green checkmark picks, we have to rewind and talk about the worst card of the year, UFC Fight Night 271. I got my ass handed to me. Let's talk about it. I went 2-3, 40% night, sad faces and emojis for everybody. One of the worst cards since I've started this show. Let's talk about it. Alexa Thainara defeats Bruna Brazil. The revenge tour, exactly how I said it. Came in aggressive, got it done. Thought I was on to greener pastures. Fight number 2, I had Navajo Sterling over Bruno Lopez. I nailed this money line. I had the second round to start, and I also hit the knockout prop. He's definitely a future contender. Big ups for Navajo Sterling getting that finish. It's all downhill from here, folks. I had Chase Hooper beating Lance Gibson Jr. I don't know what's up with Chase. This dude has all the gifts and just has the worst fighting luck of any fighter all time, it seems like. Lance hits him with a knee in the face. He covers up. Lance jumps on him and finishes him. Did not see this coming. He didn't look like the same guy that was scared of Bobby Green. So, big up for Lance Gibson turning his career around, and we'll talk more about Chase Hooper later. Fight number 4, I took Julian Erosa. He got beat down. He got bloodied. He got finished. It was bad. We'll talk more about Erosa later, but he got embarrassed. It was one of the worst beatings I've ever seen him get from a debuting fighter. So I had that pick off too. Like I said, this card was brutal and unforgiving. Fight number 5, I had Macy Barber, who got starched and knocked out crazy. I thought she was dead. Out cold, eyes wide open. One of the nastiest finishes I've ever seen in almost 40 years of watching this damn sport. That was disgusting. She looked like a horror movie. I'm glad she's okay. I've been seeing that she's been posting some videos, but that may be knockout of the year. If you're not going to see another knockout like that this year. That is the knockout of 2026. She had that girl looking up at the stars, not moving, motionless. Go back and watch it if you haven't. It was scary. And even the main event lead, Izzy was winning that fight until he just wasn't. He started feeling himself. The striking was going his way. He gives up that takedown, and Joe Viper just turns it on once he gets on top of Izzy and pounds him unconscious. I could not believe that the overconfidence that Izzy had, knowing he needed a win very bad. I don't know if he retires. I don't know what's next for Izzy. I don't think he should. He looks like he has a lot more gas in the tank. It's just like people are onto him. They know what they have to do to beat him. Get him down, get on top, and pound him out. So just crazy finish, crazy night, 40%, not happy. We're going to bounce back this week. Getting to this Fade Parade. Who stunk up the joint? I said, who stunk up the joint? 2 entries. Martin Tybura, 40 years old, low output, looks like he's just fighting for a check. He's basically the heavyweight Nico Price out there. I'm out. Can't back him anymore. He has no titles in his future. I don't know what his motivation is to even keep doing the sport. Big ups to keep on fighting, but can't back him. My money is off of Tybura. It can't happen anymore. And as much as I hate to say this, Julian Erosa, I like this guy a lot. The chin is gone at 37 years old. It's gone. I don't think he turns back the clock anymore. I can't back him anymore as much as I like him as a fighter, and he's offered so many good moments to us here in the UFC over the years. But time waits for no man, and I cannot back him anymore. So Julian Erosa, never to be seen on the show again. I said we would talk more about Chase Hooper. I'm not going to add him to the fade parade, but I'm definitely taking a couple fights off of the 25-year-old. I think he may need to change camps or maybe get a good striking coach, or he needs to switch it up because he has too many tools to be this terrible at fighting. So I will back off of him for a while, but I'm not going to say a 25-year-old is a fade parader yet. Bonus time. Who got paid? Who got paid? Because we got paid. 40% this week. Still took in some greens. Fight of the night. 100K went to Tofik Musayev and Ignacio Bahamondes for that crazy 3-round war. It was bloody. It was back and forth. We had ground. We had striking. We had knockdowns. Just a crazy, crazy fight. Those guys deserve the 100K. And the finishing bonuses to Joe Body Bags Pfeiffer and Alexa Grasso for damn near killing Macy Barber. I appreciate y'all for bringing us some prime time violence. That's what we watch the UFC for some chaos, some blood, and some unconsciousness. That's why we're here. Let's get into this week's green check mark picks. Let's find some value on this questionable ass card. Fight number 1. Give me Darius Flowers over Lando Venata. I love Lando, but 3 years off, I can't back that. 3 years on the couch, over 35 years old. This is going to be a tough sell for him to win this fight. Flowers has at least been active, and he's been fighting some serious dogs. Lando may be the least decorated person that Darius Flowers has fought since he's been in the UFC. He's been fighting some dogs. I think Darius Flowers picks up his first win in the UFC. Maybe the easiest money on the card. I'm not going to overthink this. One guy has been active fighting killers. Other guy's been on the couch for 3 years. I'm not going to overthink this. Give me Darius Flowers money line. Could be the easiest money on the card. Fight number 2. Kai Kamaka III over Dakota Hope. This is Kai Kamaka's second chance in the UFC. I don't think he wants to blow at this time. He's longer, he's taller, and he's going to have the urgency against Dakota Hope, who only has 1 loss. But I think the strength of schedule of Kai Kamaka being here a second time, let me get the money line. Kai Kamaka III. I'm not going to overthink it. Pick number 3 is 100% biased, okay? Do not trail me if you're not feeling anything I'm telling you right now. Do not trail me. Ethan Owens over Rafael Esteban. I'm calling it what it is. This is a biased pick. He trains, Ewing trains at the CSW camp, Old School Fighting Systems with Eric Polson. If you know, you know. He is a Higan Machado black belt, and I'm riding with him. Give me the money line for Ethan Ewing. Tread lightly, folks. As I said, this is a biased pick. Fight number 4. Give me Guilherme Pat over Thomas the Train Peterson. 6-6 is a problem. You seen that last week. I think that same thing repeats itself this week. Same blueprint as last week. Stays long, stuffs takedowns, cage control, snipes Thomas the Train from the outside. Easy win. I'm taking a double chance bet. Let me get Pat by KO/decision. Double chance for Guillermo Pat. Fight number 5. Jose Delano over Robert Rachuleta. I don't think Rachuleta is UFC ready from what I've seen in that first fight. I think he's here way earlier than he needs to be. His name is the Faker. You can't back somebody that calls himself a faker. Give me Jose Delano. He's a killer. Got some knockout power, stays in your face, cuts off the cage. Let me get a money line bet for Delano and a double chance of sub and KO. That way if the finish happens, pay me double. I'm going to be real about you about this main event with Duncan and Money Moicano. I couldn't pick a side. I see a world where Chris Duncan wins this fight, and I see a whole nother world where Money Moicano wins this fight. I don't think that Duncan can hang with Moicano on the ground. I do not. I think if they end up on the ground, Moicano dominates this entire fight. But I feel like if it stays standing, if it ends up being like a club and sub, that's Duncan. Duncan drops him and then maybe jumps the back, rear naked choke, knocks him down, guillotine, side choke, something crazy. But he's going to have to drop Money first. But if he ends up on the ground with Money while Money is still has his wits about him, Moicano could win this fight. Okay? I mean, via sub, via just dominating, ground and pound, via just dominating over the 25 minutes. If this turns into a serious grappling match, Moicano could win this. So I can't pick a side. The best I'm going to do is I'm going to say the over hits in this fight. I don't know if it's the over 2.5, over 3.5. I feel like both of them hit in this fight. So the pick would be the over in the main event without picking a side. Let the chips fall where they fall. World's Best Name recap starts now. Darius Flowers, money line. Kai Kamaka III, money line. Ethan Ewing, bias pick, money line. Tread lightly. Guillermo Pat, double chance bet, KO and decision. And Jose Delano, money line in one bet. And then a secondary bet of sub and KO double chance prop. The main event is the over. I can't pick a side. I just know that over 2.5 is going to hit and that over 3.5 is going to hit. I don't see a finish happening unless it is actually Moicano. And I feel like it happens later if it happens for Moicano, as Duncan's the younger, more fresh fighter. I feel like he's going to be on point the first 10 minutes of this fight. So if Moicano does pull it off, I feel like it happens in the later end, the last 3 rounds of the fight. But if Duncan does finish, I feel like he finishes in the first 10 minutes. The pick is still the over. Over 2.5, over 3.5. Find your side, maybe you bet it. Last week we got humbled, folks. But that's a part of the process. The mission never changes. I find value, I stay disciplined, I bounce back stronger. Even on weak cards, there's a way to win. This has been the Handsum Gambler. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about me. I need all the subs that I can get. And remember, stay sharp, play sharp, bet on charm, and win with style. I am the Handsum Gambler, and I'm cashing out, folks. I will see you next week.
It's the greatest team of all time. That squad right there.